everyone and welcome to this new Redstone tutorial. Today we are going to see how the comparator works. So let's start. Okay, so the comparator is very simple. The comparator have two status. The first is when this small redstone torch is off and when this small redstone torch is on. It's very simple. We are going to see later the difference from this and this. First, the comparator can only see inside the chest, for example, or furnace, or all the item can have inventory, or from other redstone signal. So, the comparator can see inside the chest. If I go to put one item inside, the comparator turn on and it have a redstone signal, and the redstone signal, depending on the number of item, will give a different redstone signal. So if here I go to put more stacks of item, I have a different redstone signal. So next we have the shulker box, the barrel, the furnace, the blast furnace, the smoker, the dispenser, the dropper, the hopper, the composter, and the cauldron. The composter and the cauldron work in this way. If I go to put here some layer, I have different level. So here I have 4 layer, here I have 5 layer, here I have 5 of redstone signal. The same is for the cauldron. If I go to put one layer here, I have one here, and so. Next we have the jukebox. The jukebox work when I go to put inside one disk, I have a different redstone signal. So in this case it's 10, but if I go to put another disk, for example this, I have a different redstone signal. And the redstone signal is here. So this is the first, this is the second, this is the third. So here I have 1, 2, and 3, and so. So in base of the disk, you can see here you have a different redstone output. For the end portal frame, you need to put inside one ender eye, and you have a redstone signal of 15. But this is only for the creative. For survival is not impossible. If you use on 1.12.2, you can use the dragon egg, and with the folding block you can place another end portal frame, but in the new version it's completely useless. Here there is the minecart with chest, and work at the same of the chest, but if I go to push, if I go to remove here a rail, it doesn't work. So you need to place a rail under for see the item inside the minecart chest. The cake, if you go to eat a slice of cake, you go to reduce the redstone power. It's very simple. The item frame is very simple. You go to rotate the item inside the item frame, and the output change. The lantern. So if you turn the page, you go to increase the redstone signal. Very, very simple. The beehive, a bee nest. When the layer of honey change, here you have a redstone signal. Here, if you go to put inside some item, for example, the blaze powder, I don't remember this, but if you go to put inside some potion, the number change on 3. Every potion is 3. Then the blaze powder doesn't change, and here doesn't change. The skulk sensor is the same when it perceives vibration. It sends an output of 15. The target, if I go to where is the low? If I hit the center, I have 15. 15 of on output, and if I go to it here, I have 5. But we can see the redstone signal, it's only for a few seconds. After these few seconds, it disappears. The 3-ply hook is very simple. You place here a 3-ply hook and here a string. And when you press the string, you have a redstone output. Lightning rod, when a lightning bolt strike the lightning bolt, you have a redstone signal. The light sensor is based on the time of the day and the weather. It is in day or night phase. The redstone torch, very simple. You place a redstone torch here and you have here a 5 of output. Oh wait, oh I'm stupid. Okay, so the repeater is the same. Okay, the redstone is the same. The redstone block, the pressure plate the same, and the button the same. So all the redstone components are the same, and you can use a comparator to a comparator, for example. And it's the same to use a repeater and comparator. Oh yeah, for data frame, work only on this face of the block. If you put on top, it doesn't work. And the same in other direction. Work only on the opposite side of the comparator. So now I go to show you an example. The comparator here, look inside the chest, and inside the chest there is one item. So output is 1. If you go to turn on this lever, nothing change. Here there is 15, here there is 14, but here there is 1. Now look, if you turn on this lever, oh, it's changed. Why? It's very simple. Here there is 15. 15 is the max redstone power you can have. And so the comparator go to take 15 because it's the maximum of the redstone power and send an output of 15. And don't if here there is one chest with an item, it's indifferent for the comparator. So this is a very simple explanation on the maximum of the redstone power on the comparator. We'll go to see later how to use this. Now there is some way to transport the redstone signal. The first is with a block, comparator, block, redstone, block, comparator, block, redstone. And you can see you can transport 15 to here. Other way is comparator, redstone, and do the same thing. The last is with use only the comparator. Okay, so here the comparator have another work. So it's very simple. Here I go to put 15 on input. Here I go to put 15 here, but on input is 12. You can see nothing changed. You have 15 on output. Okay, but now if I go to put here 12, in here 15, the redstone signal turn off. Why? It's very simple. If the number on the right or on the left of the comparator is bigger than the redstone signal on input from the comparator, the redstone line turn off. If I go to put 13, it's the same. If I go to put 12, nothing change, because here we have 12, here we have 12, 12 and 12 is the same, so output of 12. If I go to put 11, 12 is bigger than 11, so here we have 12. It's very, very simple. But change if I go to put here to comparator, because I got to show you. If here I go to put oh, okay, wait. Here with the redstone block we have 15. I go to put here some item. I go to remove 5. Why? Because it's different with the comparator. It's not the same of the redstone. With the comparator, we go to reduce the value of redstone powder here, putting here in the chest the item. I go to reduce the redstone powder. If I go to put here other block, I go to remove. I go to decrease other time the redstone powder. So with the comparator, we go to reduce the redstone signal. With the redstone line, we go to turn off or turn on the redstone signal on output. And if you're wondering, if you go to use the redstone comparator, nothing happened. Simple, nothing happened. You can do nothing. Okay, so now we go to see some application of the comparator. One of the most simple application of the comparator is for dropper, for transport item up. So we go to put here on a stack, for example. You can see the comparator see inside the dropper. Oh, there is an item. Turn on the system, and here there is a clock with observer, and the dropper drop the items. Perfect. Here there is another example of dropper without the observer, and working the same way. I go to put 6. But it's better use the observer than the redstone. So this is the first application for the comparator. A second application is the redstone clock. So here there is an example of redstone block. So you can see redstone clock. So you can see here is fast. So it's slow, but it's fast than other redstone clock. So here we have 20 game tick. Here we have 28 game tick. And yes, this is slow. Here we have 110 game tick. And this very, very slow. So this is an example of redstone clock with the comparator. But we can use the second function of the comparator with the small redstone torch for made a very fast clock. And here is how to work the repeater with a very fast redstone clock. How to work the redstone clock is very simple. Here we have 15. Go here, reduce. We have 13. Turn off and repeat, repeat. You can see go 15 and 2. Okay, it's difficult to see. Here we have another use for the comparator. If I go to use a observer or send an input to the comparator, it doesn't work, you can see. But if I go to put here a repeater, it works. I don't know why. But it's not the same with the redstone. But we can use the repeater in other direction for turn off the repeater for, I don't know, some game ticks. One game tick. This is very simple use for the comparator and observer. Here there is a small bug with the comparator. If I turn on the cauldron, we can see the comparator is on. Why? I don't know. If I go to open this chest, nothing happened. If I go to open this chest, nothing happened. But if I go to put an item inside here, the comparator turn off. Perfect. But we can do the same thing here. This why? Because when you put an item inside the chest, the game send a update around the chest. Very simple. An update like this, and here, and sending an update here. Here there is the block, but after the block there is the comparator. So the comparator see the update and turn off. Very simple. And here the last, an instant comparator. So I go to put here quad. You can see the redstone lamp go instantly on, or turn off is not instantly. This is very simple. You only need to use a comparator, observer, redstone, and blocks for turn on the system. And here some redstone line, or a redstone lamp. Perfect. So this is not all about the comparator, but it's a very simple explanation on how to work the comparator. So there are a lot of things I have not talked about, but this is a very simple explanation on to use the comparator for some clocks or for a dropper or every system you want. For example, a secret base with using of an item frame with item inside, or with a lantern. So this is all you need to know of the comparator. But if you want to know more, you need to play with the redstone, because it's very simple. You put some redstone, try to do something, and you learn. So for this episode is all. Thank you for watching. See you next video. Bye bye.